just try to have a thick skin and don't let any of it get to you.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
take anything personally.
Oh yeah, I know. That's
Because I can tell you this as a counselor, the worse the kids behave, the worse their home environments are. They act out for a reason.
Not all of them. There are some that are just dicks.
Yeah. But, they become dicks because of certain things, be it parent neglect or poor role models or.
We had twins. One twin was the worst. One twin was bad, but not that bad. One twin, or both twins, have a grandmother, have a grandfather, have brought the grandmother in as a show and tell to say, hey, this is my history project. This person lived through so much, has almost gone through the last World War, has done all of this. She has helped raise me. They're Polish. They do all of this stuff and whatnot. But we caught him several times drawing swastikas and trying to be almost Nazi youth.
There were a lot of experiments done like that in the early 20th century, like when psychology really started taking off, of following twins that were separated at birth. One goes to a poor family, one goes to a rich family. Do they develop similar attributes or completely different? Is it nature versus nurture?
Yeah, but these are twins who have a loving family, who have homes and
Same
whatnot.
family and everything.
Same family and everything else. Has a grandmother who has talked about the war, has talked about how horrible things were, has expressed that no one should ever be a Nazi or anything else like that. And the one starts doing this, but they look so identical that we don't know sometimes which twin is which. It's usually what they wear and how they act.
So what are you saying? Like one was appalled by Nazism, and while the other one was drawn to it.
One was annoyed at the brother's action, but would always start to try to create a commotion and always made the attention towards him.
Right.
The other one had to be the center of attention, but also was a Nazi youth.
A Nazi youth?
Pretty much.
Were these girls or boys?
Boys.
Boys.
Said the Jews deserved it. And right there, he lost all credibility and should have been thrown out of the program. When he started drawing swastikas, that's when he got thrown out of the program.
Yeah.
So at least we knew which one was there, except for when one tried to dress up as the other one and came into the class and said, I'm here. And we're like, no. No. And then the other brother came in and started screaming at him, saying, get out of my seat.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. So yeah, no, what I was saying to John is I did the lockpick last week and I was getting very frustrated at it.
Oh yeah. You've been working on that the last few times that you've been here.
Well, the first one was an anti-pick lock. That was my own fault. Second one was just a normal master lock because master locks are very easy. Problem was the mechanism was frozen.
literally.
There were a whole bunch of them that were sitting out in the garage and they locked up. Because master lock.
Oh, you mean the weather played a role in it?
Yeah. So I wasn't able to get it last time. No, I'm not going to be able to do it. I just did it to John first.
Yep.
I was actually thinking about you and that the other day.
Yeah.
There's a new series that we've been watching on Hulu called The Greatest Heist in History, hosted by not Timothy Dalton, but Pierce Brosnan. And like we watched the first episode, it was like something called the Great Antwerp Heist.
It shouldn't be that hard for a master lock. Because of the way that they construct it. You can pretty much get in there and push the for the cheap ones that you get at school, you can just go in there and push the rod that goes across.
Yeah.
If you have a straight pin, you can go up and just push the rod over and it opens it up.
So listen to this, the Great Antwerp Heist.
Yeah.
Okay. Billions and billions of dollars in diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
One of the biggest hauls in history. And the safe door, it has a tumbler,
Yes.
and you got to get the combination right.
Yes.
Once you get the combination right, that only allows you access to put the key in.
Yeah.
Now, the door is about this thick.
Yeah.
And the mechanism for the key is all the way on the other side. So the key's like this long, with the teeth of the key like about that long. So just using video surveillance, they had they had a team, and one of the guys on the team was a master key maker, and he made the key.
Yeah.
When they got the tumbler,
Okay.
they successfully did that.
Yeah.
They put in the key, it wouldn't turn, it wouldn't work. Then they're going crazy. Okay. Of all the things, one of the guys says, I'm willing to bet that the guards here, when we were watching them on video surveillance, they didn't seem too bright. I'm willing to bet that the key is somewhere very obvious. They open up the janitorial closet, the key was in there. Of all the places to put a key for a safe,
You still have
the guards put it in a utility closet.
Most people would think like that, and most people wouldn't be able to get the combination. You have to get the part A to get the part B. So if you don't have part A, part B is useless.
Right.
So these are the sweet rolls. If anyone would like a sweet roll or some other stuff, I got it.
Help yourself, John. I thank you very much, Shane, but that is probably, even though I do a lot of cheating or have been doing a lot of cheating lately, that is one thing that would destroy me. I can't have that. I'll put it right here.
So, what had happened last week? We didn't really get much done because you guys were locked into believing warming up an old man who was bleeding and in the cold was immediately going to wake up. And in Call of Cthulhu, that doesn't really happen.
Well, we had. I remember Kevin and I had.
Yeah, but you spent a whole bunch of time with the guy downstairs.
We more or less ended with allowing that guy to leave, and Kevin and I decided that it probably would be best to head back to the observatory and see if we can get any more information from the professor or what is her name? Sarah? Or
Susan McGregor. So it was Jimmy, I believe it was Jimmy, who you found upstairs, and he was one of the people. He did give you a little bit of information, but he gave you as much as he could, and then he left. And he gave you a couple of warnings, which are pretty good warnings.
What we were able to glean from our conversation with him was he witnessed what appeared to him as a giant metallic sphere with legs that opens up and just takes people in, like plugging them in like batteries.
Yes and no.
Well, that's the way you described it.
Well, it was
Or
it was
he
a little more than
described
that. They said that it was a giant. It was a giant sphere.
Yeah.
That was walking, and it had tubes.
Yeah.
And the big canisters on the outside were dark and dim. And when it showed up, one of the canisters had opened up and grabbed his one friend. And as that person was getting dragged in, another canister opened up, and dust and other stuff fell out, and it grabbed the other friend. And by the time the third canister started opening, he had already run.
Did Jimmy, when we spoke to him, did he say what it grabbed these people with?
The closest he told you was tentacles.
Okay.
So it was that description, but there was a nuance that you forgot. I'm just reminding you. And that was the warning that these things come out. And I'm putting it down to simple words. That he told you to watch out for these things, because if they grab you and you can't get out, you get plugged in. And when the friend finally got stuck inside that tube, the tube started glowing and the friend started glowing, and it looked like he was using them on quote unquote like a battery.
Okay.
To what you guys would know as a battery. But to him, it kind of looked like it was drawing from him.
Okay.
But to break it down for you guys, it was easier to explain as like a battery. But you didn't really have accessible batteries back then. It was kind of more like car batteries or the big block ones.
I mean,
that you had, or radio batteries.
Kevin Scott has theories about what is behind all this, but I don't think my character Leslie would understand.
Well, that's how you have to play.
Huh?
You have to remember, your character only knows what your character knows.
The character only knows, right?
And this is why when working with Banbros, it was more I was just ripping off doors and going with stuff and letting them do all the smart stuff. Because would Banbros really know all the mechanics?
Yeah.
He would know, okay, I need to push this gear, and as I'm pushing this gear, they could see what happens.
Right.
Or I'm going to carry the stuff, because, 7-foot person, that's another 2 feet above me.
Right.
Or a foot and a half plus with me.
Right.
And carrying weight was 300 pounds.
Right.
Versus my carrying weight, I know, is carrying another human being. It's not nearly 300 pounds.
Right.
I'm good for a 100-pound backpack. Maybe another 40 pounds on myself. But beyond that, if it's a 140-pound block, no.
Right.
I'm not getting it done.
Okay, so I guess we're heading.
So
back.
you guys were starting to head back down. You have the spiral staircase right there. The swirly thing. You had other rooms up here, but because of the noise and because of the other stuff, and you said, I just want to go straight down to the end, there was that. You shot at, he shot at the door. I forgot if you guys shot back, but he didn't want to deal anything with you guys. So part of the door is there.
Let me ask
Then you decided to ignore the wall that looks a little bit weird, but you also found some of Grandpa's naughty things.
Let me ask you, John, since you're playing Kevin's character this evening.
Yep.
Before we head back downstairs,
Mm-hmm.
do you want to investigate any of the other rooms up in this corridor?
Yeah, we probably should.
Probably should. Okay. So, besides the door where Jimmy was in, this is a set of double doors, right?
Mm-hmm. There was 2 doors on the left, 1 door on the right. The 1 door on the right goes to the spiral staircase, or towards you.
Okay. This is a door right here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we'll try to do this in order.
Nope, those were down so we could draw on them.
Oh, okay.
So
So
we'll
we have the different. It's the same layout as the basement as the upstairs. They have two main rooms to the left. And I was just putting those down so you guys don't have to deal.
Gotcha.
is this single door locked? Try
Okay,
the
so
door.
you actually grab it.
Oh, okay.
All right. But once again, going back to the D&D things, if I stare at the door, how do I know it's locked? That's what I was asking if you guys were actually trying it. That door is not locked.
I'll open it up.
It opens up into. If you give me that sheet. So the doors open up, French door, into a girl's room. It has a nice big post bed, has the 4 posts, it has the drapes around it, and it goes down like an old Victorian bed.
Okay.
It has a nice little fireplace on the side to keep this place warm if needed. So, I'll do fire. It looks like there is just coals in there, just something to go. I don't know if they would have started converting things over to propane. No, they wouldn't. It wouldn't have been oil. No, not at that time. So you have the wall that's going down. You have 2 big windows. You have.
I'm guessing
You have
that
over here.
doctor, judging by what we've seen in the house so far, he's got money. So I would say that they're hooked up to electricity.
But it may not be electrical heat.
Right.
It was more electrical lights. There are some lights. There are some candles or
Right.
oil lanterns or gas lanterns. And it looks like a young woman's room where you still had kind of like a playhouse, fancy dolls, other stuff like that.
Okay.
But most of the dolls are on the shelf.
Okay. Is there like a dresser with drawers?
Yep.
Okay.
You're gonna snoop through her stuff? She's downstairs.
How many drawers in the dresser?
4, 2 at the top, 2 big things on the left and right.
I'll start on the left, going top to bottom, moving to the right, top to bottom, going through every single drawer. I'm not trying to move around any of our unmentionables. I'm just trying to see if there's anything unusual or anything that might look like a diary or journal.
All right, roll me spot hidden.
No, I did not make it.
No, first couple of drawers are underwears and tops and nightgowns. The 2 big side ones, they come out. You have socks that are all rolled up and formed. You have other things that are nice rolled up and formed. Nothing seems out of place.
I'll approach the area where she's got her dolls displayed. And I'm looking to see if there's anything untoward or unusual about any of the dolls. And I'm going to roll again. Spot hidden. No. Unsuccessful. Okay.
Dolls look creepy. Especially in this
You wanna do
eerie,
anything, John?
unlit night. With a little bit of light. You have shadows
Okay.
creeping behind it, but Don't see anything out of place.
I'll try to do a spot hidden.
Is there something specific you're looking for?
Check out the dolls. $33, and I have a 45% chance.
All right. With Bill looking at the dolls, notice that maybe one or two are a little bit older than all the rest of them. Instead of cotton, it looks more like a hemp weave for the dress.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of stuffing or porcelain, has more hay, and you remember the ridgedness of like the block dolls where you have it's a wooden torso and they dressed over it, and
Yep.
it's a lot older than the rest of them. The rest of them are fairly new girl stuff and probably in the last 20-40 years versus back in the 1800s where it's obviously hand painted and everything else, but it still has the nice gleam and sheen over it. It's very lovely taken care of.
Okay, I want to pick one of those older dolls up and examine it like closely, or see if
Okay.
try to see if maybe there's like any secret compartments or anything in it, which is a stretch, I know, but
You pick it up. So it would be either intelligence or maybe sleight of hand.
sleight of hand.
Yeah. I'm thinking of what would be if you're trying to look for something mechanical, if you're trying to find something that's hidden inside of it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, sleight of hand or locksmith. Well, no, locksmith would be picking.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
As I said, I was just trying to find.
nope.
Yeah.
All right. I'll put it back.
So you don't really find anything wrong with it. It feels like a big block of wood. As I said, you looked with your intelligence. You're trying to think of like, is there a compartment? Is there a thing?
Mm-hmm.
But once again, it's one of those hard. How would you find this kind of thing? Like, if there was a secret compartment, would it be like push down, up, down? Is there some type of mechanics inside of it? How would you know?
All right. Then, okay.
Because it still is made out of straw, so when you pick it up, it still is. So there is noises. So even if you like tilted it, it still is going to be making noise because you have the clink, 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 clink.
All right. So what's the light source in here? Are we using?
Right now, there is no. You're just the light from the hallway because the hallway was on. This room was off.
Yeah.
A little bit of a glow from the little bit of fire that's left, just from the embers. So quite dark in here.
All right. Do either of us have a flashlight?
I have a flashlight.
Oh, he does.
Okay. Let me borrow your flashlight for a second. I'm just going to look under the bed for the heck of it.
Okay. Tentacles shoot out.
Roll me your luck.
73.
So no.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you take your flashlight. You start looking under.
Mm-hmm.
You see something move. See the shadowy figure go from left to right.
Mm-hmm.
And where are you? Are you like step back from the bed? Or are you right next to the bed? Because you have the drapes right down. So right now, if you're back away from the bed, you only see like this much where the drapes kind of come down and out.
Mm-hmm.
So you only see the mid part.
Yeah.
If you go up to it, you can lift it up and actually look what it is.
Yeah, I was gonna, lift it up and look that way.
All right. And you see, when you start putting your flashlight under, you see something go to the left.
Mm-hmm.
Start turning your flashlight.
Does my character, when he does this, do I hear anything?
You have to remember, you still have the rain that's coming down, the thunder that's happening.
Yeah.
No.
So you still hear the rain and whatnot. You're standing near the door. You still hear, grandfather, grandfather. And Missy, dun 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 dun, but in this weird off wah 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 wah, because it's down key. If I can find some fun music to put in here, we'll have that going through the background. So you have this off key weird music of a little child just. So you don't really hear anything. With your luck, I want you to make me a dodge roll.
50, which is exactly what I needed.
Okay, well, this thing was absolutely horrible. As a cat jumps out and gets,
Mm-hmm.
and runs away into the hallway.
Yeah.
So as you start turning to the left,
Mm-hmm.
you don't hear anything. Flashlight goes over. Start looking. As you see two eyes just pop out, and this thing just jumps out and leaps off your back, and it kind of keeps going.
Holy crap.
So it's a cat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little girl's room.
You want to try another room?
All right. Yeah.
So we'll move down to the double doors here. I will try it.
The door is locked.
Kevin's character,
Okay.
if he can pick the lock.
Yep. I'll try to use it with my high quality lock picking set, which grants bonus die to locksmith rolls.
Mhm.
So what would that bonus die be?
I believe it is a D10. You roll a D10 with your thing, and you take the 10 off of the number.
I see.
So roll like the orange one.
17. So 14.
Mhm. Should
So-
be.
Yep. Yeah.
But is it a hard or is it
Hmm?
Is it a mid number, low number?
Oh
or high
no,
number?
my locksmith is 50, so it was a 14, so it's
That's like a critical success.
almost a fifth.
That's what I was asking. Is it a
Oh.
fifth or not?
Not quite,
All right.
almost, but
Well, this is a surprisingly harder little bit of a kit. Does look like this door requires a little bit of oomph, and with that extra
What is that, Shane?
that is interrupting the monologue.
It's my ADD.
It's meat sticks. It's your dog treats. You said there was a
May I
dog.
try one?
Just the dog treats. Yeah. Okay.
think of it as a
So hot and
slim,
spicy.
slim Jim of sorts. Oh, I thought they were already open.
No.
So,
So yeah. So the door was a little bit trickier, and it does open up. And I will grab that piece of paper.
Thank you, Shane.
Mhm.
Thank you very much.
So this looks like
It's like a spicy Slim Jim. Wow, you love hot and spicy foods.
40% of the time I don't taste the spice.
Really?
Yeah, doesn't matter how spicy it is.
Are you just acclimated to it? Do you think it's the way you're built?
Even when I was being picked on, saying which Home Depot did my father pick me up at, they used to pan fry habaneros with a little bit of oil and butter that my aunt used to grill them in the back, and we ate them just like that.
Who was picking on you, calling you that?
The Spanish side of my family.
Why?
Because unbeknownst to me, my grandfather left my grandmother. My grandmother married someone else. My grandfather is really my step grandfather. And my grandfather followed his father's way of going between Chile and America and getting a different wife and making kids before they went back to the other place because they were done with the wife.
What was the purpose of that?
Oh, they would find a job over here, start a family,
Yeah.
and then leave. And they did this 5 to 6 times. But my great
And
grandfather,
had no regret leaving their children.
I don't know. I would have to know them. I would guess not.
So, when you
My
talk,
great grandfather, we've looked through genealogy and
so when you speak of your dad,
Yeah.
that's not your biological.
No,
dad.
that is my biological dad.
Oh, but your grandpa.
My biological grandfather was never in this thing. My grandfather is part of that side of the Spanish family, and he was accepted because he was the right type of Spanish. He was
Yeah.
Puerto Rican. I'm not Puerto Rican. I'm technically Chilean and other.
Yeah.
But I didn't really know that until my father started looking and finding out stuff because he wanted to know where his Alzheimer's came from. And we found out that the grandfather isn't really the grandfather and other stuff like that. But fun note, as I think I told you this before, because of that, we found out that my great grandfather helped start Mormonism. He helped build the railroad.
In what, the 1850s?
No, I thought Mormonism started earlier than that.
Well, yeah. Yeah, but I mean, the big drive was in the 1850s.
Back when they had the village where they were saying polyamorous is okay and they were trying to build up that group.
Yeah.
He was one of the first people who moved there and helped make the railroad come to town.
Okay.
Because he helped build railroads. He was an engineer and a builder, and he built railroads.
Okay.
So he would be in America for a while until the railroad came to town. Then he'd go down to Chile and work on the railroad until
Well, that must have been the 1850s.
and then moved out and then came down and out and down.
The railroad was not a nationwide thing, practical thing, until about the 1850s. You have to keep in mind that the first steam engines weren't until like the 1820s.
So, alright, so maybe not grandfather, but part of my family lineage.
Okay.
They did that.
Okay.
And he helped start Mormonism because he was there and he brought a couple of his families in.
Okay. A really good series on Netflix that I highly recommend if you like historical series with a lot of action is a series called America Primeval. It's about the Mormons versus the U.S. government versus the Plains Indians in the 1850s out west. And the Mormons had their own army, their own militia. and they were cruel. They were not nice Mormons. You ever heard of the Amish Mafia?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like that.
The Irish Amish Mafia or the Amish Mafia? Or
The-
the Hasidic Amish Mafia? Because
the
one is a
Amish-
lot meaner than the other.
I remember there was a TV series called Amish Mafia,
Yeah.
and it got like incredibly debunked, like it's fake. That was fake.
It itself is fake, but the concepts and whatnot is not. Because the whole fact that the Amish Mafia wouldn't have allowed any of the cameras, or the Amish people would not have allowed any of the cameras in. So it was debunked because it was a lot of the people who lived out of the community already,
Mm-hmm.
but they were still calling themselves Amish.
Right.
But they weren't really Amish because they live out of the community and they allowed all the cameras into the town.
Right.
They wouldn't have allowed all the cameras in the town. There are a lot of Amish people who they can use power drills, they can use other stuff like that. They do have a cell phone. They are not allowed to specifically charge anything. So they have like the
I believe Amish don't even have zippers. Yeah.
some, depending on which side.
Okay.
But they are allowed to use the power tools and whatnot as long as they are not the one charging it or doing anything. Because
Right.
there's someone who does make the cabinets and the other stuff for the they made like Metallica's trailer bus, and there's a couple of them who work there, and they were picking on the one guy on the one show saying, oh yeah, no, he's Amish. He gets on his horse and buggy and goes, and he has a corral on the back. He's allowed to use the power tools, but he can't charge it.
Their buggies.
Someone else has to do all
Their
that other
buggies
stuff.
have to have certain to be roadworthy. They have to have certain things on them, like they have to have directionals. You know what I mean?
It's a giant ping pong ball that
Yeah.
the arrow goes.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is an office. The office only goes that deep. There is a battleship in there. There is looks like a tablet, like ancient tablet, piece of stone that's in there. There is a case with something.
This is the ancient tablet.
No, center. This is
Okay.
the ancient tablet. There is a glass case with something that looks very weird in there.
Okay.
There's a desk. There's some drawers on the desk. There is an obvious lock on the drawers on the desk. And there's tapestries up against the wall, like quilts and whatnot.
I am gonna go to the glass cabinet.
Okay, I need you to make me a sanity check.
Okay.
$86.
No,
Oof.
I failed.
So, what, John, are you going to go over and take a look through or no? Before I describe this. Are you with him? He goes over to the glass cabinet and looks through the thing inside.
Yeah, I will.
Alright.
Do I need to make a check too?
Yes.
31.
So I believe you pass.
Yeah, out of 62.
All right, so you only take 1 point of sanity damage. So, going over to this glass cabinet, and you both see, kind of looks like the light turns on when you get close to it. But motion sensors aren't really a thing. And you start looking at what is in there. And for you, for Bill sees, it kind of looks like a snake that has monkey legs, that has a fish head, and it curls around itself, and it's displayed in and it's all bones, and it's all different pieces that work together. And there is gems that are inside of its eyes. And it looks very ornate and very fancy.
Mm-hmm.
But as Leslie is looking at this, Leslie sort of sees the same
Does
thing.
it look like this?
It's a snake.
Okay.
So it's literally, if you look at a snake skeleton,
Yep.
and instead of seeing an end to the snake skeleton, it's still moving. And instead of the rib cage looks like millipede legs. And it starts, and as you're looking at this, it looks like this thing is moving and going over itself, and you start feeling this wave in your head where it's moving. These ribs are actually crawling over itself as this head that's in true form of Lovecraft. It's unfathomable.
Okay.
It's unbelievable. These lights that peer out of soulless black darkness start peering out of all of these chittery legs, and you just hear the as it starts scraping across the glass until Bill touches him and go, "You okay?"
So how much sanity do I lose?
You lose a D4 of sanity. Because this is only seeing something absolutely horrific.
3.
Well, Bill sees this thing and it doesn't look right. The eyes feel wrong, and just with the way that it's shaped with this mirrored bottom gives it the look like it never ends. But at first it looked like there was something there, but you kind of focused down and you caught yourself. Well, Kevin is looking into the abyss, and the abyss is looking back.
So I based on your description for me, I will say out loud to Bill, "Bill, don't you see it? It's moving. It's moving. It's horrible. It's horrible. It's otherworldly. It's moving.
Pretty much.
It's coming. It's coming. It's coming closer. It's coming closer, Bill." Ah!
As you scamper out of the room.
Okay. Well,
John's unimpressed.
that's not what I saw. But I'm assuming that it's a locked cabinet or a trophy, or
It's a glass case.
I mean,
Yeah, that might be. You would have to lift it up and see.
oh, it's like a museum type.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm not gonna mess with that thing.
But it's still behind glass, so
John,
whatever ethereal darkness he saw, it's still behind glass.
What is your character's ability to read languages?
I only have 50% chance of reading English. Oh,
How about the doctors?
80% English, 15% Latin.
Okay.
That's about it. But yeah, I'll take a look at that tablet next.
All right. Nothing really special about the tablet. It looks like it's from, let's say, Mayan, old. It kind of gives that look of you have the cuneiform characters, you have something that looks like a person. That's about it, unless you're really going to dive into it.
So, is the tablet written with what could be described as almost pictographic kind of characters?
That's what I was saying, it's cuneiform.
Okay. Oh, it is cuneiform. Okay.
That's why cuneiform was the word that was used.
So it's like it's Mesopotamian.
It's kind of like your DM knows some things.
What?
It's kind of like your DM knows some things.
Yes, he does.
Does it look like
Hammurabi's Code.
any particular type of stone, or would that be like it's like
Well, that one you could do some type of intelligence.
I know what it is.
Natural world.
It's the Epic of Gilgamesh.
Which
Well,
one?
well, my
There's
intel,
several. It depends on which people they wanted to talk about.
Oh, that's right.
55
Uh,
for intelligence.
which is your tens?
I've never actually read
the the white was
Okay.
the 10s. Although with 55, it doesn't.
that.
I know, but
Yes, I know what you're saying. I should have called first.
Mhm.
That's why I tried to use things like that have the actual, 80 or
Yeah.
whatever. All right.
with 55 you got away with it. But
So is it like, I don't know, marble or
more sandstone.
Sandstone.
Less marble because marble was never used for anything. It was only when Europe kind of came around they decided marble was the thing to go. But everyone knew marble was part limestone and it likes to melt. So it's more sandstone to
Yeah, marble did not really become a thing until the classical Greeks.
Mm-hmm.
and even then it skipped.
Yeah,
It was Greeks and then later.
yeah. So like the Mesopotamians didn't have marble. All of their cuneiform was in. It was a clay. Like they didn't. It wasn't chipping away. It was a soft, flat piece of clay.
Yeah.
They put it in a wooden frame, and they scraped it until it was nice
Except for
and smooth.
Hammurabi's code, that was actually carved in.
Right. And they just had bronze.
Styluses.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Each one for different. Well, it was just. It looked like a little T at
Yeah.
the end, and they used that to make the different characters in the clay, and then they baked the clay and. But the only things they really would have recorded, either something that recorded an important historical event, major monetary transactions like trade between empires, or something to do with religion.
But would your character know that?
No, I wouldn't. My character wouldn't.
Soldier.
My character's looking at it like, looks like some pretty old writing. What do you think? Is it, Bill? Do you think it's Egyptian or?
It does have. it is actual stone. And it does have some dyes and different colors that do make some of the things pop out. And on the sides, it is more carved into crocodile's mouth.
A crocodile what?
So, like, this would be part of the bill,
Okay.
and it has the teeth on the side, but it's broken off here and broken off here.
Okay.
So you have the teeth that are coming down the side, but you can't really tell what the snout is because that part is broken off.
And those crocodile images kind of frame the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, you have the big flat curve.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's very artsy, but you could tell that it is, as I said, like a sandstone or something like that is carved out of a softer stone that would be easier to work with.
You said that there's a ship,
Mhm.
a battleship. It's like a model.
Mhm.
Is it any particular vessel of any particular time period?
Are you going up to it and seeing?
Yes.
Okay.
Need to make a roll? Like I was in the war. Does it look like a World War I
No.
era battleship?
No, it looks like the Mina, the Pinta, or the Santa Maria.
Oh, okay. A
It
wooden
has
ship.
the 3 sails on it. I did try to draw it a little bit.
Okay. Does
but old battleship with the cannons on the side.
on the base
Not
is
very
there a little writing that says at the base what the ship is?
It is something in Spanish.
Okay, what is it in Spanish?
The Celestials. No, that's German. So it would be Cyan. Oh God, what's the name?
Serena.
Cazador de Serenas.
Say that again slowly.
Cazador de Serenas.
Cazador sounds like a title of some sort. Serena sounds like a name. Or the serene or the calm something. Is there a date on the plaque?
No date.
Okay.
But you can tell that this is very old.
Okay. So someone that doesn't understand the language, it looks almost like sirens, like I'm thinking of the mythical sirens of the sea. But to me, it looks like sort of like a Columbus age kind of a ship. Okay. I'm going to walk over to the desk and I'm going to ask Bill. Well, first of all, I'll try one of the drawers. I'll try the drawer on the top left. Does it open? Okay. So I'm going to ask Bill.
You said there is an obvious blocking key.
Okay.
So you didn't want to touch the boat?
Touch the boat?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. So you can ask Bill to do that.
Okay.
But before that happens, we're going to go down to John.
Mhm.
Okay.
John.
Yep.
They have disappeared for over 20 minutes. They are searching stuff and they're going around.
Okay.
You had a nice little conversation with grandfather
Mm-hmm.
as he starts going back into unconsciousness,
Okay.
telling you, beware, it wasn't his fault. Don't let the girl know.
Okay.
As Susan is there, but not really there. She's still in shock.
Oh yeah.
She's still not well. She's still beat up, scratched, was bleeding, hypothermic, and you guys gave her a little bit of tea, and she's okay for now. But once again, you only stabilized her.
So is there
So-
the fire is going in front of the
Yeah.
fireplace, right? Well, I would say
And you put this box, you put grandfather over the box so you guys don't pay attention to the box.
I was gonna say tell Susan to sit by the fire and actually, is she soaking wet with her nightgown and stuff?
Well, she's back wet
Okay.
because getting out of the car and coming out, it was still torrential downpour. It was going.
Yeah.
You got wet going out to the car.
Yeah.
You got wet coming into the house.
When we were downstairs.
You got wet. The fire was dying down.
Okay.
Once again, all the fires, it looks like they were on to keep the house warm.
Right.
But it's been enough time that this girl had run 2 to 3 miles down the road, down a hill, to go get help, to go talk to you guys, for you to sacrifice that old man, to you sacrifice the old lady, to drive all the way back up the far way to the other side of the mountain,
Mhm.
and then come up and then start exploring this entire thing.
Mhm.
Would you have built up the fire again?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
especially
so-
since I'm trying to keep
So-
Grandpa.
And there was wood right there, and it's
Yeah.
not next to the hole, but she was wet because she was under that, trying to see how grandfather was. because the water was coming down.
Yep.
She was wet because everything around her was wet. The little rug and everything else was. Because it's still raining through that hole. And it's kind of like pooling and it's
Mhm.
going out towards the door. At least the house was made right that it angles towards the door and the water's going out. It's not trying to come into the house. So that's at least one nice. With the
So-
observatory and whatnot, it's leaning out that way. But so you would have built up the fire, you would have tossed some stuff in. You're still waiting for these guys. These guys are taking very long.
Susan, you're. I think you should change out of those wet clothes into something something dry. Is there is your room nearby?
It's upstairs, but I'm not leaving grandfather. I might be able to grab a coat from the front, but I don't know what they're doing.
Okay. Well, is there anything from your room that they could get for you to help you?
Well, they could grab another shirt and pants or something like that. But once again,
Okay,
we heard gunshots.
we did.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's right.
within 30 seconds of them being up
Yeah.
there, they shot and they blew a part of the door. I'm not going up there. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm gonna go part way up the up that spiral staircase and yell up to them and say, "Hey guys, it's been gentlemen, it's been a while. Please tell me what's going on."
Well, about that time, they would have been in that room, the far room,
Okay.
and they would be dealing with Johnny.
Okay. Yeah.
So there's no response, but the gunfire stopped. They left you all alone. Bad things are going to happen. I'm sorry.
Mm.
This is just kind of how this game goes.
Yep. Oh, I know.
It's just depending on what bad things. Give me a d4 roll. Because I can think of 4 things that could be happening.
3.
Okay. And has your character seen the light yet?
The light.
The weird light out in the distance. Because I think he did, and I think he did. I don't think your character has.
I don't think I did. No. The doctor. No. No thanks.
So let's start with that. So give me a spot hidden. As you start talking to Susan, and she gets a blanket from one of the couches. She's sitting there with grandfather. You have your little conversation when she goes out, gets the blanket.
84. So that's a no.
That's a no. So you don't see the thing way out in the distance. But
Maybe I will try a little piece.
But there is a... You don't see it until... With that roll. Until it's on top of you. And there is... Kind of looks like one of those old... spaceship wind-up top things. Like the little robot.
Oh, okay. Like
Yeah. But it's walking a little bit cleaner. And it bounces into the window right there. Right next to the bags. Right next to where you're standing. Sitting. Taking care of Susan. And grandfather. what do you do?
So it's outside.
I was rolling to see if very bad things happen to Johnny and other things like that. But okay, as that thing's outside, another one crawls out of the grass and is walking towards you. That you can see because you're sitting there and it's outside and you hear the as it's walking into
So
the window.
It's like life size, or
Say about a foot tall. Much bigger than it should be. Because you have to remember, you have the observatory, and underneath the observatory is kind of like the Shea Lounger. It has it's a closed bottom, but it's just like underneath the Three Seasons room where you have the decking and you have the poles that are holding up the thing, but it's like maybe a small bar under there, loungers. There's like a small fireplace under there. It's fancy under there, and coming out of the flowers or whatever's on the edge because it's still downpouring. You can hardly see beyond like maybe the fireplace, so maybe like 3 or 4 blocks out. Once it gets to the edge, you just lose all visibility. And just coming from out there was now the second, now the third little robot guy.
Susan, do you have any clockwork or wind-up toys that look like mechanical men?
No, why?
Oh,
She rolled an 80 something to see if she's paying attention. She was out of it.
okay.
She was completely out of it, glassy eyes, and she looks up to you and like she finally sees that like you're in the room again. She's oh, oh, oh. No, I don't have anything like that.
What about your grandfather? I mean, I know he's a little old to play with toys, but
He might be a little eccentric, but he has his boats. He doesn't have any toys.
oh, he likes to build boats?
Oh, he researcher and other. He tries to think about how maybe he always wanted to see if he could sail in the stars. How a ship could go in the sky. It's those Wright brothers. They're talking about things over in the West.
I'm gonna call up to them. Gentlemen, are you
The
still?
Wright brothers. It's a long time after the Wright brothers. We've already got airplanes.
Yeah, biplanes and other stuff like that. Oh yeah.
Well, wouldn't they have had
Shane, by the 1920s, you have to understand,
I'm
Dur-
trying to remember. Like,
during
yeah.
World War One,
World War One, they had
biplanes and
blimps
triplanes
and stuff. Yeah.
ruled the air. The Red Baron, Snoopy.
Yeah.
By the 1920s, you're talking about Lindbergh.
Mhm.
Charles Lindbergh makes the first transcontinental flight in the Spirit of St. Louis, and they were just beginning passenger transportation.
All right. So.
They were definitely using planes for mail, U.S. mail.
All right. So. So yeah, no, he's trying to figure out how to set.
But in the 1920s, most planes are still of the biplane, open cockpit type. They're no longer made like they were in World War One of a wooden frame with stretched canvas. They're now being made out of metal and wood, but it's still that same triplane kind of a shape. You ever hear of the acrobatic barnstormers?
Yeah.
That was the 1920s. The veterans of World War One, who were down on their luck and out of work, if they were pilots, they traveled because there was air travel was a big deal. So they traveled the country putting on shows.
I just didn't remember if that was more 30s versus 20s.
20s and 30s.
Right. I didn't know if it was more late 20s.
Like flying a
30s,
biplane, somebody flying it, and somebody walking out on the wing.
Yeah. But back then, 10 years was a big difference.
Oh, it was.
Yeah,
It
10
was.
years now is the difference of 10 years ago. Most people didn't even think a terabyte was possible. Now I could buy a 15 terabyte hard drive.
Right.
10 years ago, I was running off of 4 gigs of RAM max.
Yeah.
Now, if I don't have 8 gigs, my computer won't work.
Right.
We have wireless. We
I
have
find
Bluetooth,
that
we have other stuff.
that as far as technology goes,
It's quicker and quicker.
it gets quicker and quicker as humanity progresses.
It's the cube law.
Right.
Have you ever heard of the cube law? That it's progression
Yeah.
is a generation times like 3/4,
Right.
because the distance between from non big boats to traveling boats
Right.
was 100 years. From traveling boats to Voyager boats
Right.
was 75 years. From beginning of trains to planes was another 100 years. Like it was 100-year gaps.
Yeah.
Then after trains, it was a 50-year gap to cars. And then after the 50-year gap, now it's 25-year gap that we had computers, or
Yeah.
we started having the beginning of computers.
Yeah.
Then from the 25-year gap, we only had a 10-year gap that we had phones, and then
Yeah.
it keeps getting smaller.
Yeah.
To the point that new things are happening every single year, pretty much every year now.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's like ancient Greece.
Mhm.
The soldiers are fighting, wearing armor, fighting with swords, spears, and shields.
Mhm.
Jump to the 15th century. Soldiers are fighting in armor with swords, spears, and shields. Add another century to that. So from like 1200 BC
Mhm.
to like 1400 AD, armies is still fighting the same way. And then once somebody came up with gunpowder, and it's just like you said, the progression it just gets smaller.
But it was
and
but
smaller.
it was swords and spears, sword spears and horses, sword spears and chariots, sword spears, horses, chariots, and the big wagons and whatnot, and the pulling turtles.
In
and stuff like that.
1800,
Yeah.
the year 1800, Napoleon is leading soldiers into battle, wielding muskets and bayonets, the same way that we fought in the American Revolution.
Mhm.
Add 100 years, and you've got the machine gun, poison gas, airplanes. It's incredible.
Yeah.
That was the problem with World War One. It was too much progression too fast, but the tactics weren't keeping up. So they were trying to fight a 19th century style of warfare with 20th century weapons. That makes sense.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Yeah. Now we have machine guns that you can put a timer on the bullet,
Yeah.
and as it goes through the wall, it explodes beyond the wall. You
Right.
can actually say
Right.
it's moving at 300 miles per hour in 0.5 of a second. It would have hit the wall and gone through the wall, and it's just past the wall, so it can explode.
Well, they've done that. They've been able to do that for years
Since
with
2008.
warheads,
Yeah.
missiles. Now they're just getting it smaller and smaller to bullets.
Yeah. No, now warheads and whatnot, you actually had to do your own calculations.
Yeah.
This is I pick up a gun.
Yeah.
I hit trigger A, which is a laser that automatically measures it out. I hit trigger B, and it automatically does it.
Right.
This is within seconds.
Right.
Versus, okay, I have a warhead. I have to calculate the trajectory. I have to say how much gunpowder is inside of it. I have to say what type of thing, and I had to put a timer on the warhead.
Right.
Big difference.
Right.
A lot of those, it was more, hopefully it didn't go through the target. It landed on the target, and after it landed on the target, it would sit there, then explode. Because it would be a couple seconds before, a couple seconds after, so it would land on it
Oh, I got a question
and
for
then
you.
blow.
A military weapons related question. Have you ever heard of a? It was a Japanese manga comic, and then became an animated movie, and then eventually a live action movie, all out of Japan. And the title is Barefoot Gen. You ever heard of it?
I think so.
It's about the dropping of the atomic bomb from
Hmm.
the point of view of the Japanese citizens in Hiroshima. And they showed the Enola Gay takes you up there, the Americans talking on board, and they drop the bomb, and you see the bomb going down. And at some point, a parachute comes out of the back of the bomb. My question is, why would a bomb, like Fat Boy, they call it Fat Boy, that they dropped on Hiroshima, why would it need a parachute?
So by the time it explodes, the plane can go
So it didn't explode
on contact. No,
hitting the ground by
no,
hitting
they
the
put
ground.
a timer on it.
Oh, okay.
Once it was released, there was a timer. There's so much complex in nuclear things that they didn't want the bomb to squish and deform the ball.
Okay.
Because what you're doing is you're doing explosives on the outside of a ball that compresses that.
So it was
sets
so
off the
many feet above the ground when it exploded.
It did not explode on the thing, but I don't remember 100% if it had a parachute. I think it had a fin that kept it face down.
Right.
Less
Right.
of a parachute. It was more of a guidance.
Yeah.
It was old school because Fat Boy was huge.
Well, the fins,
Hiroshima bomb the fins were on it, and it was.
but the
keeping it
fins
down.
had like they went up and then on an angle,
and then it had
so
a
that it
box.
would when it went it would spin as it went down.
And that was to keep it straight and
Right.
at a time. But they
Right.
didn't want it. They knew it when it blew up that most of the pilots were going to die. They didn't tell them.
Wow.
The radiation was going to go through them.
Right.
So they at least gave them enough time to get to their next target
Right.
or past where they needed to go.
Are modern nuclear weapons the same way? Do they explode above the ground, or do they explode hitting the ground?
They will explode above the ground to make more damage. The higher it is, the farther the EMP goes. If you explode something right on the cusp of the atmosphere, anything below it gets EMP'd. So you're not the actual damage, but all the amount of electrical damage will be phenomenal.
Okay.
But if you explode it right above the ground, then it doesn't. Then you're talking about this force destroying instead of just a horizontal force. Because if you hit something, then you have the earth pushing back the explosion, and most of the explosion goes up. If you explode it above, take some time to hit the ground and come back as the explosion is falling. Because even if you explode something, it's still going with gravity, so it will still explode that way. But you don't want force. If you hit something on the ground, half of the force is going down, which reverbs up and pushes heat up. If you explode it a little bit above, it has some time to explode down to come up to start pushing everything up. So it has some time to expand to push everything out.
Okay.
When you're right on top of the explosion, heat's the most deadliest. When you're about a half a mile out, the implosion is the most dangerous.
Okay.
Because if you're holding your breath while the bomb goes off and you're only so far out, it yanks your lungs out. Because it's the amount of air that goes that way. Same thing with the tsunami. All the air gets superheated that way. And if you're about a half mile out, you're beyond the explosion radius. But all that air has to come back in. So about a half mile cube of air has to flow back. And it will get that air whichever way that it needs. If it's in you or not.
Wow. It's devastating.
And there are some people that they found their organs ripped out because they were that far away.
Right.
It's like reverse bends, but worse.
Or like the
So yeah,
to this day, in parts of Hiroshima, on certain buildings are permanently grafted shadows
yes,
of where
but that's
people once
from
were.
the flash. That's a mile out.
Right.
That's a mile beyond because it's all the
And that's the same. That's the same principle as like a photograph projecting
But
permanent
it's
image.
it's burning the image because everything beyond it is burnt.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like light burning, and then all the heat on everything's hitting you, and this part's being safe. But yeah, but it's not just people. It's if you had a pipe
Yeah.
behind the wall would be the pipe.
Yeah.
And you have the burn too.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Right. So you try to call back up, but once again, they're in the other room and they're not paying attention, and someone rolled really bad. Fortunately, they left you alone for a while.
Mm.
These things are at the door, going. Until you start seeing cracks start forming up in the window. Now Susan's freaking out. Missy, still playing the piano.
Okay. Missy, you better get over here.
All right, she hears you. What? Why? I'm playing. I'm having fun over here. Why?
If you come over here, you'll see why.
Ooh. 2 more come out. We're up to 7 now. Do I really want to?
That's a good question. Yes.
She turns and starts, like taking a wide berth. One is laying down on the table. One's sitting next to the table, and the other one's sitting in a chair near the fire. And no, I would believe she is more that way, away from the windows.
Like
Other
this.
side of the fireplace. Yep.
How heavy would you say her grandfather is, weight wise?
About 100 pounds now. It's not that heavy. You didn't. The only reason why it took so much is because you took this big ass old oak table. That is the old school coffee table. That's this huge, big oak carved thing. That probably weighed twice to 3 times the weight of the grandfather. But he's this frail old man, even frailer. Lost a third of his blood. In and out of consciousness.
Well, I'm just wondering if I'd be able to, basically lift him.
Yeah. If you grab him like piggyback style, you should be able to lift him.
Okay.
Your strength is
50.
Alright, I would just give a roll. It'd be 50-50 if you can walk normal speed or if you just take half speed.
All right.
That's all I can think about because it's not like you have shoulder strength or the other guy.
Yep.
You have doctor strength.
Yep. Weight is first. Nope. should have been black first. No, 63. So, okay, girls, we're going to go upstairs.
So you're struggling to get them on.
Yeah.
Missy is now looking and seeing something weird outside.
Yep.
Going, I don't think that's right, man.
No, it isn't. That's why we need to go upstairs.
Why not just the other way? We can just go back out the front doors. We have a car. We can leave.
But we need to all leave together, and Mr. Locke and Mr. What's your name?
Lindsay.
Mr. Smythe, Colin Smythe.
Okay.
Oh, Colin Smart? I thought you were Leslie.
That's my first name. Yeah, Leslie.
The Mr. Locke and Mr. Smythe have been a while, and I don't want to,
Mhm. Hindrance.
leave them without, them not knowing where we are. So, and I don't like the looks of, what I'm seeing outside. So let's go, please.
I will tell you, one window is now broken. It now shatters in as you now hear the storm and
Okay.
even more of the sounds. And
All right, that's our cue to leave. Okay, come on, let's go.
I
Up the
want you to
stairs.
make a intelligence roll.
All
Which
right.
is pretty easy for you.
Yep. 08.
8. Ooh.
So I
Ooh.
get that's under a fifth.
With this storm being as dense as it is, really shouldn't be this bright outside. You shouldn't be able to see these things coming out and walking at you. You only have the fireplace. What's lighting these things up so you could see it? It's much later in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Sun's down.
Yeah, it should basically be like almost pitch black out with this.
But right where these things are, looks kind of like maybe baseball field where it's like this big arc light or whatnot is over
Yeah.
there, and you have radiation of light where it's getting a lot brighter than it should. There's no lightning outside, but you can definitely see these things full view coming out from underneath.
Mm-hmm.
And you can definitely tell with that the light is coming from that side, shining in where these shadows are growing off
So
this way,
So like where
the
his-
dice are.
where the dice are. Okay.
And it's much brighter over there. So you know exactly where this brightness is. Something
Okay.
clicked in your head that it is very bright outside. It looks like it's dusk. Not supposed to be dusk. There's rain all the way around and whatnot. But these things are dry. There's some things that are not clicking together.
Mm-hmm.
Are they really there, or and something else is breaking the window, or really these things? The window is definitely breaking. There is glass and whatnot shattering in. The sounds of outside is there. But why is it so bright outside?
Susan, have you ever seen anything like this before where it's so light out?
She's more freaking out. She's at the 50-50 mark, so she's not freaking out too bad, but she's definitely stepping back and on the staircase going, no, we don't have any light. We have the one light outside, but the lights keep flickering, and I don't think they're on, because otherwise we would have seen the...
Mm-hmm.
But no, I haven't seen that. as she starts like going up
Okay.
the stairs.
All right. Okay, Missy, let's go upstairs. I don't like the looks of any of this.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
I was rolling to see if she would be like sneak down this way and then run up the staircase to be as
Mhm.
far away as she can.
Yeah.
And on her way, she's doing it her way at a 7. And she's going to do it very quickly and by the time you look around, she's already upstairs. You did not hear the staircase. She sees the one who is completely blocking the staircase, holding on for dear life, going, "No, this is wrong." And left you to make sure that she can get upstairs. So by the time you were like, Missy, Missy, Missy,
Hmm.
she's already up the other stairs. I was rolling to see if she would
Okay.
uh,
So she went up.
protect
the,
her. Yeah,
Okay.
to self-preservation. That she sees the spiral staircase is clogged. She's going the other way.
Susan, my dear, I need your help so that we can get your grandfather up the stairs. Can you do that?
Yeah, you have at least got him on your back, but you're having trouble trying to like negotiate him and she is she's actually willing. Cool. So yeah,
Okay.
I got a 4.
Wow.
I got a 7, then I got a 4.
Okay, let's get up these stairs, please.
All right, and just roll me a strength check to make sure that you're okay. She'll help.
15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're able to start coming up, and by the time you get over to the door, you hear thun, 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 thun. No, whatever it is, get out.
What did she say? No, whatever it is, get
Whatever's
out.
outside, get out. You guys have the guns. Get out. We don't want this.
So I will say to Missy, what's outside? What's
Robots,
outside exactly?
aliens, things from beyond the stars.
What did you see?
It's like the Buck Rogers show. There's robots and things and they're breaking in.
All right. Okay. So I'll say to Missy, lead us downstairs. Show us where you saw him.
All
We'll
right.
follow you.
And about that time, you hear the clunk, 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 and they're at the top of the stairs.
Oh, okay. They're at the top.
Yeah,
of the
so
stairs.
they're like right at that door on the right.
All right. So we'll.
And you see you see John's character holding the thing on the back,
Holding what thing on the back?
the grandfather on the back, and Missy's down there. And yeah.
All right. So I'll say, Doc, what's Missy going on about? What's going on down there?
And I do have an important question. How much sanity have you lost altogether now?
My original starting point was 40.
Yeah.
It was increased to 43. And now it's down to 36.
So you have lost 7 points of sanity?
Yeah.
I do have to make sure that you are okay. Well, we're doing this.
That I'm not just a gibbering hunk of meat.
No, because I have to see if you go
Did it-
temporarily insane. But I think that's if you lose 6 or more points at one point in time.
I'm going mad.
Well, it's more you had seen something absolutely horrific. Do you get a phobia? Do you get something wrong with you? Are you afraid of the dark? Cry in terror? Do you scream? Do you involuntarily do something? Points of sanity. Experiences, do 100 failure roll. Losing more than a few sanity points may cause the investigator to go insane. Description. If an investigator loses 5 or more sanity points at a time, the result makes you go temporarily insane of emotional trauma or other stuff like that. If you lose a fifth or more of your current sanity, what is a fifth of your current sanity for 43? So 50 would be 10. So if you lose 8 points, you temporarily get a bout of madness.
Okay.
So you're close.
Dangerously close.
You were dangerously close.
Okay.
Just remember that.
Okay.
I just needed to remember if it was what number it was. It was 5 points at a time or a fifth of your sanity.
Okay. Now,
that means that you are losing connection.
Following an adventure, in the off time in between adventures, our characters can go, say, to a...
Like you went to the insane asylum.
Like a spa or a health sanitarium.
You can... it is pretty much... how they have it in here, it's 1 point of sanity per week of institution or calmness. If you do something to help each other out, you can gain sanity. At the end of this exploration, if you do certain things that help you out, like the last time you saved Missy, you checked on the grandmother, you checked on the people downstairs, and you completed it, you didn't lose any sanity. You gained sanity.
Right.
If you killed Missy or if you left Missy behind, it would make you feel bad, very bad.
What if we left an old lady crawling in the mud?
That is not helping your sanity. You guys lost some sanity on that.
Okay.
But it is not going to help your end goal sanity. Depending on what you do is how things go. But you were very close to getting a phobia. And I think you're pretty good. I think John's pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah, you only lost like 2 points. No, you're down 8.
No, well, I was 56. No, I went from 50 to my maximum being 56, so now I'm at 52, so I'm down.
Your max is 60.
No, my max is now 56 after the last adventure.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, because you read the book.
So both Bill and Julius have only lost 4 sanity points total.
Okay.
Each.
Yeah, so, and then because you're above 50, it's a fifth is more than that, yeah. Okay. I'm just checking.
Sure.
Just checking, because that's when things start getting really creepy.
Mm-hmm.
And you start losing sanity a lot quicker. Because if you roll wrong, technically I take control of your character and we figure out what happens. I know, it's not as dark or scary. I'm trying to make it light and fluffy.
Huh.
This is Cthulhu light. Okay. So thinking about that, did you roll sanity seeing these things?
No, you did not tell me to.
So I would at least now roll for sanity.
Okay.
But it's only maximum half a d4. It's not something that far outish.
The 95. Yep.
So a half a d4. It's not something like absolutely horrible things going by.
Yep.
What maxes you can lose 2. So
Oh, 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry, I lost 1.
Yeah,
Okay.
you lost 1.
All right.
It's not like a snake-like creature that is crawling inside of itself, that its skeleton is its own legs crawling as a carapace going around killing yourself. It is just a giant robot, and robots are coming out.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, these creepy mechanical men, I mean, granted, they're only a foot tall, but they're still
Multiplying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're at the top of the staircase, and Bill and the other one runs out.
Okay, we have a bit of a problem. There are a whole bunch of 1 foot tall mechanical men breaking their way through the windows downstairs. And it's also a lot lighter out than it should be, in spite of the time of day and the weather. So I thought it would be best if we got out of that immediate area and came up
1
here.
foot tall
Yes,
mechanical men.
yes.
Okay.
They kind of to you look like wind up.
You know, like clockwork, like wind up. Not like toy soldiers, but
Like the walking robots.
Like what?
The walking robots.
Oh, like the old old fashioned tin toy robots. um,
yeah, because the word robot was first introduced in 1920 or 21.
Buck Riders. Or
No,
no,
well, it
War
was
at the War of the
actually
Worlds and
it was a Czech play called Rossum's Universal Robots, or RUR,
Mhm.
because robot is actually derived from a Czech word meaning forced labor. I think it's robota, or robota.
Regato, Mr.
I was only thinking it.
But yeah.
Carol
Carl Capek.
Capex 1920 play RUR Rossum's Universal Robots.
Well, that's why.
Czech interwar writer. Their appearance, they prefigure modern ideas of androids. Did not coin the word. Writer is in an article. Oh, labori, workers, from the Latin labor. They didn't like the word. So roboti. The word robota means literally a serf, laborer, drudgery, hard work in Czech.
Yep. And Metropolis would have been released in
22?
27.
27?
Although I don't know when. Let's see. It's now in the public domain.
I know the Japanese do not use the word robot. Robots in Japan are referred to as roboto.
Tomo Arigato.
Mr. Roboto.
So,
So yeah. So it looks like those wind up toys.
yep.
Okay. Okay, what do you guys think we should do?
I don't know. What do you think you should do?
What do I think we should do?
So does it look kind of like this?
Yeah.
Ish.
I think we should try to get the hell out of here with Missy and Susan and the doc in tow.
Yep.
So we'll try to go downstairs.
Okay.
Which stairs?
The grand staircase.
The grand staircase. Which is this way, right?
Yep.
Come on, people.
The Lasix is killing him.
Huh?
The what?
The Lasix.
What, eye surgery?
No, congestive heart failure stuff.
Oh, the drug, but the IV drug. Okay, good. As long as it keeps doing its work.
I just want someone who's not of the same age to, be the president.
Captain Cankles.
Because George Bush is.
Who has
How old is George Bush?
The one
George
that's still
W?
alive.
Yeah,
I don't know.
79. How old is Clinton?
He's got to be in his 70s,
Yeah.
60s, 70s.
79. We were born the same year.
Huh.
So for the last for the last like 20 something years plus, we've been ruled by the same millennial group.
How old is Trump?
79.
79.
Jesus.
Well, parts of him are.
But if you think about it, Clinton and before, all the same year. Same group of guys.
Do you know who our youngest president was?
Kennedy.
No.
Oh, Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah.
I'm saying the big guy. One of the big guys.
Teddy Roosevelt, all teeth,
Mhm.
glasses, big mustache.
Robin
But he was
Williams.
still in his
Speaks
40s.
speaks softly, carry a big
Yeah,
stick.
but he was still 40s, 50s.
Teddy Roosevelt?
Hmm.
Well, he charged up San Juan Hill in 1898, in Spanish-American
Yeah, but
War.
how old was he?
How old was he?
Yeah.
He was president from 1901 to, I believe, 1900.
Yeah, but you said that he was the youngest president. How old was he?
He was in his early 30s.
Okay.
Although early 30s back then was not like it is now.
Oh, I'm 30s.
Well, let's see.
Well,
Okay.
in the Dark Ages, the early Middle Ages, if you were in your 30s, you were considered to be in your later part of life, your old age.
Yeah, let's see.
Few people lived past 40.
Is that why Ben got all the girls?
Huh?
He was a hot grandpa.
Who?
Ben Franklin.
Ben Franklin? I don't know. You know something? It's so funny that you mention that, but I don't know what it is about Franklin. But
Charismatic as hell.
yes,
Like if you had a 20 in charisma, that was Ben.
like when he went to France as America's ambassador, trying to get the French to support us in our war for independence, become our ally. Oh my God, the French female nobility at the
He was
court of
Elvis.
Versailles, they were all over him.
He was Elvis.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know this. So Teddy Roosevelt was 42 when he became president after the assassination of
Oh,
William
okay.
McKinley.
All right. So which means Kennedy was older. Must have been older than that.
43.
Okay.
Then
See,
Bill
I
Clinton.
thought 40s.
Then
No one was like 35 is you could be a president after 35 technically,
Yeah.
but I didn't think anyone was in their 30s.
No. I was-
So it goes Teddy Roosevelt 42, John JFK 43, Bill Clinton and Ulysses S. Grant were both 46, which is
How old was Obama when he became president?
you would ask.
He was in his 60s, 50s, 50s.
I would say he was late 40s when he became
Let's
president.
see. Wait a minute.
He was,
He was 55.
Oh wow.
yeah.
Oh, I see. Wait a minute. Full list of U.S. presidents from youngest to oldest at end of presidency. So, if Obama was 55 when he left, that means -8 would be 47.
Okay. And if Teddy,
All right, so as you guys start walking down, roll me a listen check as we're doing this. Rabbit hole that we love going down.
Us? Never.
Hmm.
Listen, 20%. 39. Nope. I did not hear nothing. How
what are we
about
rolling for?
Listen.
There's a 15. My listen is a 25, and I got a 15.
Yeah, I got a 00. Oh my god. Bill got a 00, and he hears better than the doc does.
Is a 00 a absolute 0, or is it 100?
100.
100.
There is an argument on both ways that 00, all zeros should be that, and then some people say, so if that is 100, if that is 1 as a crit, then 001 is 100 because they
I
say
think-
it visually is 100.
I think the argument is that
But this
On-
is you have 00,
Mhm.
then you have a 10,
Yeah.
and because there is already a 10, that is 100 because you're saying it's 100.
I think the argument is that you can never roll a result of a 0. Because
Yeah.
if you roll any single polyhedral dice, there's no 0 on the dice. Six-sided is 1 through 6. You know.
So they're saying the 10 plus 10 is 10 times 10 is 100.
Is 100.
So it all depends. There is an argument with it, but I believe that that is 100. And 001,
Right.
which is 1
Right.
plus 0,
Right.
is that.
Right.
And since 0 on a 10-sided die is a 10,
Right.
there's your 10 that doubles up.
Right. Okay, so my character needed a 25
Mhm.
for listen. I rolled a 15.
Okay. And you guys checking off the skills that you pass, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because level up is a bitch. Listen.
Well, I haven't used very many this.
You haven't passed many of those. That's what I'm trying to ask. You could always do weird skills and try to do as many weird skills as you can. Like when I say, hey, do you want to do a natural world or do you want to do this? You could always try to roll for the other thing so you can up as many skills as you can. It is a world builder cheat thing that some
Right.
people do.
Right.
I'm trying to think. It's not min-max. It's experience gain.
Right.
And I try to give it to you, and I try to let you guys figure it out. But the more things you roll for, and if you pass for it, then cool. Like if you say, hey, I want to fiddle with the car for a little bit, or double check the tires, you can do a mechanics roll.
Right.
If you pass the mechanics roll, you can try upping it later.
Right.
Doesn't have to be part of the story. It just means that you did it.
Right.
But every day, if you learn something, you learn something.
Right.
So, the people who have passed listening, you hear concrete scrape. You hear the door bash in. You hear something dragging something heavy across the floor. That's it. As you guys run to the front.
Can I move the characters?
You can move the characters, yeah.
And if so, how? To what degree? How much?
Well, you're at the door. And you heard that.
Mhm.
You're going through the door and you come this way.
So,
Mhm.
Open the door. Does it look like there's anything between ourselves and our car, our automobile?
No.
Okay. So we'll make a dash for the automobile.
Well, you make a dash for the front door
Oh, that's right.
because you still have going down the staircase and everything else coming down.
Yeah.
But as the people, let me do it this way. Who has the worst luck?
My luck is a 45.
58, 48. So
So you have the worst luck. Roll me a luck roll.
45.
And you needed
45. Just made it.
I'm trying to think if that means that you see it before you go outside, or if you don't, or if it's not there. No, you see it out of the corner of your eye. You've already experienced the light. You see as you get to the door, you look up to the top left, and you see this sphere with lights and whatnot start coming down, and it's heading right for on top of, like, right on front of the building, and you see kind of like swoop right here.
Okay. So the car's right here.
Mhm.
We'll jump in the car as quickly as we can. I believe, who has the best driving?
Me.
Okay, so Doc is driving.
Oh, one of you guys needs to, to carry the professor here.
I have a strength of 60.
Okay, you're. What's this?
And that was the word you found. One helps you out, one helps other people out. It was the chant. You don't remember the chant? It was in the book, I think you were reading. It was from the personal journal. It's the original words. One is to take this last one and take this last one of someone and take them away. And the other one is take me and go back to your place. And you didn't really figure out which one was which.
What are the two again, Shane?
Well, one is basically take this person and leave the rest of us, and then the other one is take me instead and go back to where you came from.
And these two different phrases were
It was a chant.
with the chant. And who?
It was in the book
It was in the book that I found.
Okay.
of the journal.
So these
Of
were
way
written
back
in
then.
Latin.
Is it
And a
Latin or
language.
German?
Mm-hmm. But you're running out to a car. And you let your sacrifice go.
I'm not suggesting anything.
You
but-
said we're running out to the car.
Okay. We got to the door and you told us what we saw.
Yeah, I said
When we
with
opened
your
the door.
luck you saw it before it
All right.
disappeared.
Now, stop.
Because it's like right over.
Or at least
little
I can't speak for everybody,
Mhm.
but I stopped.
Okay.
Okay. In what condition is the dock in?
You mean the
Very loopy, in and out of it. Looks like he has lost. If he loses any more blood, he's dead.
All right.
You just got it before his heart went out. Doc sewed him back up, and with a little bit of sugar, got a little bit of talk out of him.
All right. So here's the thing.
And this is why I'm recording, because you guys don't want to take notes.
All right. Here's the thing. Okay. Take the two choices are take the person, take them, the person that's here,
Mm-hmm.
and leave us. That's an impossibility. because there is no other person here, unless we leave the doc. But that would be like we're sacrificing another human being who doesn't deserve.
You did it to an old lady outside of
Right.
Broker Hips. And do you remember what he said?
So John,
All right. I'm going to go back 2 games ago.
yeah,
2 games ago, you talked to the doctor, or maybe it was last game. You were the only one who talked to him because he kind of came out of his loopiness while Susan was out. He said, "Don't let her understand."
Yep.
I summoned the thing. I did it.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't deserve it, but it was the last resort. And now I don't know where it is.
Okay.
I'm summarizing.
So I'm going to say to him, Professor, which of the two chants will send this thing back to where it came from? I know there's a cost, but I need to know which one, because, I have a 50-50 chance of getting it right, but can you tell me which one I should use?
He is right now on the brink of death.
Oh, okay.
Been carried up the staircase,
and then carried
dragged
back
down, and dragged down another staircase on your back.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be mean.
No, you're right.
He was also almost out of it because he went back into unconsciousness after he talked to you. And he did that grab your shirt and talk to you. And then the eyes rolled back into his head, and then he's been out since. And then you dragged him upstairs and downstairs. You dragged him up a spiral staircase.
Yep.
So my character is going to do something.
So if you think, one thing, if you think you could do something, and you have something in your bag that might somehow magically get him back to talking, is there anything you think you could do?
Not really.
Okay. Because he is literally unconscious and beat up and was almost bleeding out. So if you're good, because that's how we left it.
Yep.
So as long as I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just making sure that we're both on the same page. Now, you want to do.
Okay. So I'm the first one to the door. I stop and I turn to everybody. And I say to John's character, Doc, can you write down for me what that phrase is, where you're basically telling the thing to take you're sacrificing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Write it down for me.
Well, okay. Well, here's the thing: is here are the 2 phrases, but I don't know which one is which. I don't speak German.
You have to remember that's like in book, in notes, in. Yeah, that's in a journal like that. Because I kind of.
Okay.
I pulled it out for you because he did library and he got a hard success. Once again, for certain things, you guys have been rolling phenomenally. Other things, you rolled 2 100s this game, 3 100s last game.
Yeah.
And 2 of them, and 4 of them came from the same person. At least you were rolling like Kevin would.
Yeah.
When was the last time you rolled 100?
Yeah, exactly.
You haven't gotten really over an 80. And you roll for Kevin, you roll 100.
Mm-hmm.
I've written the instructions of Whitaker.
I have not been at the school, so I haven't been able to print them.
Once aboard. Once the patient has not resisted.
But you see how that one's a little bit harder instead of giving you a giant page? Yeah. You want to give it to John to see if he sees anything?
Do not let the thing pass. The morphine is perfect for the operation. Whitaker refuses to speak about the nature of the possession. I know some French.
That's why
I do.
That's
Kevin
why I
does.
gave it to you in German. Sorry, John. So what would John's character do during all of this?
Me?
Well, here's my thoughts, and I tell this publicly in front of everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I say, look, I know you're gonna think I'm a nut. Maybe I am. Maybe my sanity's on the verge of collapsing, and I'm not thinking clearly, and this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. But the way I look at it is, I'm going to sacrifice myself so you guys can get away. I'm going to sacrifice myself so that this thing can be banished once and for all. And my thought is that it's my fault that Teddy, I blame myself for Teddy being abducted or even killed. I blame myself for Mrs. Teddy rolling around like a cripple in the mud and leaving her floundering like a fish. I have no one, it's my fault that those two things happen. And if one of us has to make a sacrifice so that the rest of us can make it out in one piece and live, I'll give myself over. That's what I say. What does everybody else think?
Well, I was going to say the same thing myself, but
Okay.
Do you guys want to try making a Cthulhu check?
yeah. Would they?
Just
Not-
remember, if you
not
feel
likely.
really bad things may happen.
Nope.
Oh, you mean
Nope.
You could push it.
Not that much.
No, push it is.
Oh, push
Try
it
to
real
re-roll.
good. Yep. Try to re-roll.
no? That's the Cthulhu Mythos. You're right.
Mhm.
I need a 13. I rolled a 50.
All right.
How are you going
so,
to push it? You're going to take out that horrible book that you've been reading over the winter?
Yep.
Okay. For
Was
that,
it the Sussex manuscript?
yeah, or whatever it is. For that, I will give you a 20 minus. But horrible. Okay.
Yep.
But while taking out the Sussex manuscripts and other stuff like that, horrible things are crawling behind your eyes. You start feeling things
Yeah.
that are guiding you to a certain page, but because you are not willing to let it take control of you, you take a d4 of damage.
Psychic.
So-
Sanity. Yeah. Psychic. Yeah. 3.
yeah. I was hoping with a 20 you'd be able to, like,
Yeah, you and me both, but
I was hoping.
so was I. But
And what it is it starts guiding you to a page and you start fighting and you're like, no, and then you shut it. but just the feeling of like your eyes have literally started like crawling and trying to guide
Mm-hmm.
you to a certain page freaks
Right.
you out.
Oh,
13?
yep. And I needed a
He could-
14.
Okay. He does take 1 point of sanity damage because he is doing Cthulhu Mythos, and Cthulhu Mythos is bad for you.
Okay.
But with that, he realizes that you need inside some of the containers and things inside of his head.
I'm
Yes.
sorry, I gotta use the bathroom.
Yep.
I'm gonna
Okay.
say goodnight to Rachel.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
All right.
So at least while he's not here, I'll start explaining to you. In his knowledge and his venture, the things that he goes, usually you need a container.
Like a vessel. Okay.
And if this is going to be a chant, you need a summon. So you need a vessel to put whatever you're capturing it.
Mm-hmm.
Sacrificing someone is a lot easier. Sacrificing yourself is a lot easier because all you have to do is stand out there. But usually with stuff like this, you need blood, you need a vessel, and you need a purpose.
Okay.
The more people chanting, the louder the thing is, the easier it is, because that's why you usually have a cult circle. Because it's not that you are not powerful enough, it's just collectively you make the power better. So the more people chanting for this,
Mm-hmm.
the more of a success you have.
I see.
If you have a sacrifice, the higher of a success this is. If you were sacrificing someone else, it bumps up that number. And reading, this is why he's taking psychic damage, because it's if you have a sacrifice for someone else versus sacrifice yourself, if you are gaining something out of it, usually chance and stuff like that, you get more out of it. If you have a vessel and you have a container, containers are really good, something that connects you to the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have some type of blood or something to summon, which the sacrifice, if the sacrifice is the blood, that could be your connection.
The question still remains: which of the chants is the one to use?
I don't know. Out of game, do you think that would have been enough to give him?
Give him what?
To give you the difference? Because I think
Yeah.
that would be good enough that you need the vessel, you need this, you need this. Something has spoken to him in the back of his head that, like, you heard and in his brain he's hearing beyond that grind and grit
Mm-hmm.
of the things that he's seen is you need a vessel. Sacrificing someone else is better.
So how long are you on leave for?
Maybe 6 more weeks.
Really?
Because 6 more weeks, then I'll be free and clear and I'll be able to lift and do stuff.
Hmm.
I'm only free and clear for like 5 to 10 pounds. And once again, I can get to there.
Yep.
I can get to there.
Mm-hmm.
Sucks. As much as I love my lovely wife,
Is she working or?
she's working. She's working at Muse. She's doing more over there because the school really hasn't responded or done anything. She's more working over there
Over where?
at Muse Paint Bar.
Oh,
So,
okay.
right in Foxborough, right next to the Patriots, in that stadium, Patriots Stadium.
Oh, okay.
She works in there, and she's a art. People pay $20 to $40 to get a canvas, as much paint as they want.
Mm-hmm.
A kind of like a paint by number, but not really. There's
Yep.
nothing drawn out. Just you draw this. This is how you do clouds. And then you make a scene. So. Lately, they had tried doing a whole bunch of inspiration for like Whitney Houston and a whole bunch of other stuff. So she keeps trying to get people to break out of like the scene is probably that,
Mm-hmm.
but depending on how people's skill is. And someone didn't want to make a moon, so she says, if you want to make a sun, make a sun. If you want to do this, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And
Rachel's
some people
still
get
up.
upset.
But Ray went to bed.
Yeah, she said some people get upset because someone paid for all of her friends to paint her dog. Because you can do a paint your pet, and you get a Lumify, you get a big canvas. The back of the canvas, they get stickers so you can get the outline of your pet. So it's very easy to draw your pet. As long as you only have like 1 or 2 layers of paint, you can see through the canvas.
Mm-hmm.
So you can outline your pet. She paid for everyone to paint her pet.
Is this a class that
Melissa had to do. And she was very upset that one of her friends made the pet into the Don pet and made it like Cigar and made the little Shih Tzu into like
comedic,
Scarface.
like a
Yeah.
caricature?
And then the
so,
other one.
So in this particular party,
Yeah.
or group, everybody had to paint the picture of her dog,
Yes.
not their own pet.
No, they were paid for to do paint your pet, and usually paint your pet is your pet,
This woman must have been
and it's like that. You get
right.
like paint your pet, and you send a photo over,
Mhm.
and they get an outline. You get an outline of your pet, so you can do your pet.
So this when did Alyssa have this class?
A week or 2 ago,
This woman must have been full of herself.
she paid for 14 other people for $50 a pop.
Yeah.
Which is over $500 for her friends to come and have a party for her to paint her pet.
If I were her friend and she invited me to something like that, I wouldn't go.
No, they were said to come paint your pet. No one knew it was her pet.
I'm not going to paint your pet.
Yeah, and then got upset. That
The other people got upset.
No, the other people. One of them started doing something else. So it's like stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
easy, you could do it within 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like easy, like you.
But
could do
but the woman who painted the funny cigar in the mouth, she probably did that because she was
bored. Yeah,
was probably pissed.
and
Why
did
should
it-
why should I have to paint your pet?
and had the face right, but
Right.
then made Scarface.
That's funny.
And Alyssa keeps trying to promote. If you want to do your own thing, if you want to change colors, you don't have to do. Yes, you signed up for. Yes, you signed up for colorful beaches. Colorful beaches. But if you don't want to do colorful beaches, you can do whatever the hell you want.
Oh, do you have a photo of the group that you're talking about?
No.
Okay. Because I was interested in seeing what these ladies looked like.
No.
I wouldn't want to be that woman's friend.
Mm-mm.
We all have one of those friends. Or family members.
God sakes.
I have a couple.
Wow.
Well, what I was going to say is
Yes.
that Bill had a sudden flash of Cthulhu inspiration.
While staring at the other one reading the book.
He says that things like this, they require a vessel or a container, a person, in other words.
Oh no, thank you, Shane.
Something like blood
Or sacrifice.
or sacrifice. And was it a purpose?
Purpose, or the more people chanting, the more power reverbs.
So yeah. So like, like reinforcement through chant. Like, so the more people who are saying this chant, the more powerful it becomes.
I'll give you one thing because you rolled a 13 and you pushed it.
Mhm.
And with pushing it, you almost did something really bad to Bill. That maybe because the family has been doing it for years and years and years, it's kind of like the same place, same time, or the same cycle.
Mm-hmm.
That is the chant that's making it easier for that family to do this. That all the grandfather had to do is say one thing and the thing was able to go versus you guys who just never seen this before.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe if we can get Susan to chant.
You say you want to sacrifice yourself. You want to have the girl sacrifice herself?
Huh? I don't want the girl to sacrifice herself.
No, just to provide, that saying that if she chants, it might be more powerful because of the family connection.
Right.
Possibly.
Oh, one way to find out.
Okay. So which chant should she chant?
Well, that's the thing, is we don't know.
So I'm going to say you guys have come back and have regrouped. And Grandpa. Let's say you put him on the stairs sitting up.
Okay. So we'll try to explain the rationale behind what the doc reason. We'll try to explain the rationale of this to Susan and see if we can convince her to recite the chant out loud.
Okay, so you explain the rationale. Right now, she has seen things that are weird. She's sort of there, but not. But she's also there to protect the grandfather. And she's, as a girl, you have to remember, if you're just talking to her, you're asking for a young woman to either sacrifice someone or...
I'm not asking her to sacrifice anybody. I'm just asking her to
she's
chant.
seeing it as, here's a chant. And you explain the
Right.
chant. Then you explain the meaning. So she knows that if she chants this can all end. But it also says that someone to take me or to take
But because your family has apparently had such a strong connection with these things over the decades, that maybe just the mere act of someone from the family reciting these words may be enough for these things to take heed and leave.
with her brains and seeing what happened, she kind of looks at you and goes, yes, but what about the other people who were taken away? It seems a little bit too easy.
I say, okay, Susan, here's the thing.
And if we need a vessel, what's the vessel?
Be you, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But you're the sacrifice.
Huh?
You're not the vessel. Grandpa wasn't the vessel. He didn't go.
But if I'm sacrificing myself, aren't I the vessel?
Didn't they say something came out of a box?
Something.
Where did this thing come from?
I don't understand what you're saying, Shane. The vessel.
What's the only little figure that's on the board?
The box. Right.
What is a box also considered?
A container.
Yeah.
Also a vessel.
All right. Why is I know exactly what you're saying. I'm just trying to figure out why that's
crate.
necessary. So like these things
Where is this thing?
It's going to get drawn into the box.
Right.
because the box is literally a gateway to
What happened to
another
your shotgun?
dimension. Huh?
What happened to your shotgun?
It fell infinitely. It's probably, like I said, it's a gateway to another dimension or another world or another place.
Or
It could
bigger
be-
on the inside.
Or it could be the place these things come from. Or okay, so
Or bigger on the inside.
I'll go retreat, go get the So we got to go back through the house and get the box. So we're gonna have to, which means we're gonna have to fight our way past these killer robots. Okay. So how do we get from here to here?
Walk through the doors and take a right. So, how about this? Outside of game.
Yeah.
The mummy.
Yeah.
The mummy was trapped in an urn. The only way to stop the mummy is to put it back in the urn.
Right.
Put the new mummy.
Yeah. Put the genie back in the bottle. Like
You have a genie. You have to put the genie back in the bottle.
Yeah.
We're inside the lamp. You had the old school mummy. You had to put it back in the sarcophagus
Right.
for it to go back to sleep.
Yeah.
It is the vessel that is transporting this thing that has been going through the generations.
Okay.
You have gotten the Cthulhu thing. You can call this thing here. And then where will it go? This is what I've been trying to get at. That if you can call this big thing here,
Yeah.
and then where will it go?
Right.
It was contained in a thing. It came out of a box. And it folded out and became bigger and bigger and bigger.
So I will turn to the rest of.
And you have ignored that box. You put someone on top of the box. You've stopped looking at the box. You completely ignored the box.
I will turn to the rest of the group and say, who will accompany me to retrieve the box?
I'll go get it, says Bill.
Okay.
Well, I have the better decks.
So, do you want to go by yourself, or should you and I go together and leave Dot to watch?
No, I'll go. I just thought of something. Yeah, let's both go because I'm thinking if those, little robot things are in the room, we might need to fight them.
Okay.
But it is 9:56, so
So we go through these doors and
Here's a hallway.
hallway right here.
No, hallway.
This one.
Same thing.
But
The upstairs and the downstairs are the exact same.
Okay.
There's a hallway. There's a doorway on the right. Doorway on the right goes into those rooms.
So we'll open the doors.
Yep. Empty hallway.
Empty hallway.
Except for the picture frames that are down that are piled off to the side.
Okay.
Other ones are up. The more expensive, smaller ones are there.
We'll work our way to this doorway.
Yep.
Look inside.
Room's empty.
We'll enter.
Yep.
Go to
Where the box was.
the box was. The box is closed.
Oh, where the box was.
Was. Oh, so it's not there.
And you see drag marks going outside.
In what direction?
Out into the woods.
Out this way?
Yep.
All right.
So we'll say drag marks, scratching, and whatnot, leading out that way. And that's where we landed.
Okay.
all right.
Because those things dragged it away. And I warned you, it was dragging and scraping noises.
Frustrating. Very frustrating.
How? Why?
John and Shane, are you guys available Tuesday next week?
Should be.
Should be.
Okay.